Cartridges or discs? Which is better?
Cartridges had different looks and designs depending on the console that made them. Whether it be on the classic Super Nintendo, the Sega Genesis, or the Nintendo Game Boy, cartridges will always be classic and original. But then, discs came out and forever changed the gaming industry as we know it today. But which is better, cartridges or discs? Well, that's what I'm trying to find out right now. Let's start with cartridges first. Cartridges, you stick them right on the top of the console and you're ready to go. No load times or nothing, just turn on the power. They're also incredibly resistant. You can literally beat the crap out of these things and they'll still work perfectly fine. The instruction booklets are also really nice to look at. Usually full of color and gives you little hints about the game you're playing, and it's just an overall nice to look at book. But then discs came out, and now no longer looking like a piece of plastic. These were the real deal. Nice and shiny to look at. Instead of sticking it directly into the console like the other cartridges, now you stick it into a laser drive that reads the disc. Now with new technology comes new problems. Look at this. Look at this. It's nice and shiny, yeah, but you can't even throw it on the ground or slide it to a friend anymore. When this gets scratched, you're pretty much screwed.
You also gotta be more careful with the console itself. You see that thing on the top? That's the laser reader. If that gets touched by your fingerprint, your console can be ruined forever. Because what that does is shoots a laser and reads the disc, and when disc gets scratched, it has trouble reading it, but also if you touch the glass piece right there, you might ruin your console. So you gotta make sure you take extra care of it and clean it properly. Also, is it just me, or is the sound of putting in a cartridge better than the sound of putting in a disc? You decide.
Also, what the heck is up with these manuals? Like, why did they become so black and white? There's nothing really about the game other than the controls and warranties on it. Like, where's the description about the game and the characters and all the colorful stuff that the older stuff had?
Now with those problems, however, there's at least some good ones. At least this holds more data. I mean, it obviously holds more data than this, right? But are discs really better than cartridges when it comes to storing data? Now it certainly holds true that this game doesn't have as much storage as, say, Uncharted 3. However, Nintendo's actually going back to how they did things back in the day and are bringing cartridges back.
Although the cartridge looks more like a Nintendo 3DS SD card, but it's more of a cartridge than a disc, and SD cards nowadays are holding more data than discs ever could.
Things really do come full circle, proving that cartridges are indeed better than discs.